Alrighty, good afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana Weather. Thanks for logging on to the latest long-range update. It is good to be back with you in the land of the living again. If you've kept on with us on the Facebook page, you'll notice I've not been posting much lately. Been fighting a pretty nasty sinus infection and bout of bronchitis. Thanks to some wonderful treatment from my doctor and some Z-Pack, finally back among the land of the living and able to give you here a little bit of a range into the long range. And I've got some very pleasant weather to talk about, a little bit of a cool down too, but nothing too bad at this point. We are sponsored today by High Voltage Mobile DJ Service. You can give Nathan a call, 630-9465. Visit him here on the web. Great website here, djhighvoltage.com. Click on the Contact Us button. You can find all the information that you can need to contact him. You can find their pricing structure as well, and you can get all the information that you need. You can see the type of things that they offer. Folks, they do a fantastic job at wedding receptions, school dances, personal events, family reunions. You name it, anytime you need a DJ, they can do it. Give them a call. Tell them Southern Indiana Weather sent you. All right, here's what we got going on right now, and it's just beautiful skies out there. If I was going to have to get sick, this was a good time to get sick because there's just a little bit of rain, and it just adds to the flooding problems, I realize. But once you get that, nothing really going on in the weather department right now. You got to love this. In fact, as we zoom out, crystal clear skies here for the most part across our area. You've got to head up to the northeast if you really want to encounter any form of precipitation, or to the northwest as well. Temperatures here at the noon hour already dipping into the 50s and even to the upper 50s across portions of the area. We're going up to a high probably into the mid 60s today. That's going to be a refreshing change. If you think that's a change, look what's also coming our way. In fact, let's just go ahead and take a look at temperatures the next couple of days. High res data suggesting maybe 63, 64 across the area today. That may be even a bit too low. I think we may go up to about 65 today. That's going to be very nice. Temperature wise tonight, not a bad night going on either. Keep in mind our normal high temperature is 59 and our normal low is 36. So we're going to be running a little bit above normal on our low temperatures tonight here as well. But here is the really refreshing change. Looks like tomorrow will be our first 70-degree day of the year, and you absolutely just have to love that. It's been a long time coming. The month of February and even spilling over here in March has been quite a cool month. Enjoy. In fact, it looks like another mostly sunny day tomorrow with temperatures soaring into the low 70s over a good chunk of the area. It's going to be an absolutely beautiful day to be out, so get out there and take those walks of the evening after work. It's going to be an enjoyable one for sure. Now beyond this, we have another little cool down that's going to come, but nothing too major at this point, and that's going to be due to another cold front that's going to be moving through the area. I put future radar here into motion, and what I want you to see is that most of that rain though stays well off to our north by the time Tuesday comes, but then you get this little hint of a narrow band of something moving through the area. That's pretty much a dry cold front. That's going to keep Tuesday much cooler than what we're going to see on Monday by far. In fact, there's going to be a couple of days this week where we probably won't even make it out of the 40s. I know the below normal pattern comes in. Not a whole lot in precipitation wise to come with this. You can see it's just mostly a dry front, maybe a 10 or 20% chance of a very isolated shower at best with this. Certainly not a big rainmaker like we've seen. We don't need another 3 inches of rain by any means. And in fact, I'm not seeing any big precipitation makers coming up in our future here. Just some small chances of rain. That's good because we need those rivers to start cresting and then receding a little bit. All right, but we do have a cool down coming. Let me just show you this. Arctic oscillation is starting to go into the negative again, and of course if you followed us all winter long, we talk about these to help us predict when those cool snaps will come for the potential of snow. The good news is, snow lovers, I'm sorry, snow haters, I'm not seeing any snow into the forecast. Now I know one of the almanacs is saying around March 26th, oh, there could be a decent sized storm. It's probably hogwash. Honestly, my opinion of the almanacs is very low to begin with. Their supposed quote-unquote 80% accuracy rate is more like an 80% failure rate if you really put them to the test. They're not that accurate. Now, they've got a good fishing calendar to coincide with the phases of the moon and things like that, and into helping understanding planting seeds and things. There's some value to the almanac, but when it comes to predicting long-range weather, you just really can't do that a year out in advance. I'm sorry. It's hit and miss. It's like throwing darts at a dartboard, and they're wrong far more than they're often. They're probably going to be wrong with this one as well. There is a sharp cool down coming, but it's not going to be a sharp cool down that's going to bring snow with it. That's the good thing. You can see that in the indices here as it dips down into the negative again. Again, the Arctic Oscillation going negative. That's cold air on the move from Canada down into us. When we get the North Atlantic Oscillation, the NAO, into the negative as well, that's a blocking pattern. We look for that over the winter time, where we can say, well, this will sort of help hold the cold air in place, and any storms that roll through there could interact with us and potentially give snow because the cold air is in place. Problem is, it's now March the 15th, and the cold air that the AO is going to bring with it now is much milder than the cold air that it would have brought 2 months ago had this happened. 2 months ago, had this happened, yeah, it might have been the worry of the potentials of some snow coming in there. Not this. Let me show you what I mean. The long range numbers here from the GFS ensembles, 49 is the coolest it gets in the ensembles. So again, nothing to worry about as far as snow. I don't see any accumulating snow coming in here, but I do see a below normal pattern. In fact, the Climate Prediction Center has us in that below normal pattern here really for the next 8 to 14 days. And of course, today and tomorrow are not below normal, but we're going to go back into that below normal pattern again. But don't let it be too fooling of you, because as we look at the numbers again, you see, oh, we go into the below normal pattern here for a couple of days, but then let's just remind ourselves, our normal high today is 59 degrees, and that's a terrible 59, I realize. But that number increases so that by the time you're at the end of March, you're talking maybe more like 63 or 65, somewhere around in there. I didn't look up the numbers, but we increase a couple of degrees every week in our average high temperature. So really what you're going to see then is that's going to mean, so yes, even though we have 59 and 60 here into our forecast, that's technically below normal. Not that far below normal, but it makes these maps like this look just a little bit deceiving. So yeah, it's on the cooler side, and it's certainly on a little cooler than what we see in the 70s, but nothing we can't handle, especially where we have been. Now, precipitation wise, not a whole lot of precipitation to talk about over the coming few days. Here we go. We put the GFS into motion here. There is the rain mostly to our north for that Tuesday system. Again, maybe just an isolated shower out of it, and that's going to be about it. Nothing really to speak of. The bigger chance of some rain comes later on in the week. By the time we head into Wednesday night into Thursday, it's a low that tracks to our south. In fact, the latest run of the GFS doesn't even take the precipitation shield as far north as southern Indiana. Some of the other runs have, so we'll keep very low chances in the forecast for that. It's not a strong chance by any means. I'm not expecting multiple more inches of rain out of this, but Thursday there could be a chance. We'll keep it at about a 30% chance of some light showers at this point. We'll keep the clouds around regardless, and we'll kind of leave it at that. High pressure then settles in, and then beyond that, we get another storm system that'll move in around March the 24th. That could bring a little bit more rain, but notice with this, we've got some more storms that roll through. And yes, there is some snow potentially here, but it stays to our north. This is what the GFS says for March 27th. But a couple things to note. Number one, notice the snow stays to our north in this anyway, but as I back it up, notice this is hour 300 in the forecast hour. That is a long ways out. That's well within the voodoo range of the modeling anyway. So could this be the quote-unquote big one that the almanac is seeing? I know there's a lot of talk about that. And maybe not, but it doesn't really look like too menacing to us. It looks like a little bit of rain, and that's pretty much going to be about it, folks. For us to get any snow this time of the year, all of the parameters just have to line up absolutely perfectly. The cosmos has to sort of move itself in a line in just the right manner for us to get any frozen precipitation to fall this time of the year. And I'm not seeing that in the modeling. Not for us anyway. So it looks like some rain potentially, but again, not a whole lot of rain chances coming up either as far as that goes. Just sort of mild weather. After we get over the 70-degree day, we stay kind of in a near normal pattern. It's better than nothing. It's certainly better than the winter that we've had. I don't know about you, but I'll take upper 50s and low 60s for the highs. Not too bad. Here's 10-day forecast. Go to southernindianaweather.com. Click on 10-day forecast to get this. Download it on our mobile app as well, folks. 65 for your high on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. Get out and enjoy it as you have the ability. We're going down to about 41 tonight. 71 under gorgeous sunshine. Very warm on Monday, only down to a low of 50, so it's very much going to be an above normal today. Enjoy that. Cold front moves through on Wednesday, knocks us on our feet a little bit more. You really feel the effects of it Wednesday. Thursday, I don't think we're going to get out of the 40s on either Wednesday or Thursday at this point, the way things look. The chance of showers, it's just a very slight chance. I've only given it a 30% chance at this point. Again, not a huge soaking rain event. And then by Friday, it's gone. The warming trend begins up again, and we start to get back to 60s from there on out. So again, it is maybe a little bit more of a below normal pattern technically, but it's a return to near normal at least, and that's better than the way below normal that we have seen. All right, that's it for this long range update. Keep it tuned here for more as you head on through your week. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite for SouthernIndianaWeather.com. Have a great day, folks.